the waiter who was serving me breakfast said to me, "Ji, aapko Urdu aati hai? Sir, do you speak Urdu?" And I said, "Yes, I do." He said, "Have you seen there's a man behind who follows you in white shalwar kameez? Do you know who it is?" And I said, "I don't understand." He said, "It's the intelligence services, they're following you." And sure enough, in the morning, after breakfast, when I took an auto rickshaw to go back to one of the Afghan opposition groups, I looked behind me and there was a big, heavy-set man dressed in white shalwar kameez on a motorcycle. And wherever we went, he went. We swerved, he swerved. If we went right, he went right. If we went left, he went left. And then, I thought this is completely unacceptable. I could take a picture of the man. So I took out my camera from my bag and I went click, click. And I managed to get his image. And he saw what I was doing. He tried to evade. He went left and right, but he couldn't escape me. And I then went back to my hotel, but I was unsuccessful in my mission of trying to get across into Afghanistan. So I packed my bags. It so happened, only by chance, I had an interview scheduled with President Zia, the president of Pakistan, the day before I was due to leave the country. And I went to see him. And he got up from behind his desk and he said, "Welcome, Mr. Bhatia." Put out his hand to shake my hand. I said, "Thank you, Mr. President." He said, "I hope you've had a good time. I hope the country has been good to you." And I said, "Well, actually, it's not been such a good time." And he looked at me and said, "Why not?" I said, "Your intelligence service, they follow me everywhere I go. They sabotage my attempts to try and cross the border." "Oh no," he said, "Mr. Bhatia, I think you must be imagining things. We in Pakistan consider you a friend of the country." So at that point, I went to my bag. I took out the photograph of the man who'd been following me and I put it in front of the president. I said, "Sir, this is the man who's been following me in Peshawar for the last several weeks." At that point, the interview ended. End of interview. The president got up and left the room. And I thought, well, that's it. I've shot my bolt. And I was preparing to go to sleep. Phone rang. And this man said, "I'm one of the president's secretaries. You saw the president this morning, or rather earlier this evening." He said, "You expressed an interest in visiting a neighboring country. Are you still interested?" So I realized what he was saying. And I said, "Yes, of course I am." He said, "Which group would you like to go with?" And I said, "Oh, Jamiat Islami, headed by Burhanuddin Rabbani." And he said, "All right," he said, "Can you be in Peshawar tomorrow by 6:30 a.m.? And I said, "Yes, of course." So I was in Peshawar by 6:30 and Rabbani himself, the leader of Jamiat Islami, was standing outside his headquarters waiting to greet me. And he said, "Welcome, Mr. Bhatia." He said, straight away I was escorted by a group and we crossed the border illegally into Afghanistan.